Part 1 of I Had Children with the Deranged Narcissist Who Lied and Manipulated the Family Court and NYPD System. Ladies, when your intuition speaks, you better listen. I knew this man was a problem. I knew he was a red flag when I met him. But the empath in me and the kind heart that I have, I wanted to see beyond that and help him to get better. That's impossible when you're dealing with a psychopathic, deranged narcissist. So the man was in and out of prison pretty much our whole relationship. Before we even had children, he did a 2-year sentence, right? Then when he gets out, I get pregnant with our first child in 2016. He violated his parole and ended up missing the birth of our first child. He got arrested when I was 7 months pregnant. So I have our first child, which is a son. He is now 9 years old. And then 2 years later, I had a daughter with him. Now, I'm going to be honest. I was a silly woman or silly young girl because I saw the red flags and I decided to stay and work it out. Did it benefit me? No. Literally, when you go against your intuition and dance with a demon, they will drag you to hell. This man is a monitoring spirit. He's a Leo. I don't know if this is a Leo thing, but he's a monitoring spirit. Okay? He would look at my phone, look through all my social media accounts. I never had a lock on my phone because I never thought somebody would be so intrusive just to find a way out. Just to find a way to not be a family. So in 2019, he decides to break up with me. At this point, we had 2 toddlers. I was heartbroken. Good morning, how are you? I was heartbroken. I wanted my family to work. I wanted my children to know their dad. So even though he went in and out of prison, I still gave him chance after chance after chance. That was insanity on my part, not on his. So 2019, he breaks up with me at a time where we had gotten evicted from our apartment because he kept getting incarcerated. So I'm like down on my luck. And being down on your luck feels worse when you don't have the support of people that should be supporting you. So he tells me the kids could live with me and my mom, but you can't stay here. That's basically what he said. Okay, fine. I was distraught. I was upset. So I took my children to my grandparents. Actually, we tried to go to the shelter as a fake family at first. And he basically abandoned me there and stopped coming. So they rejected my application. I ended up at my grandparents at a time when my grandfather was transitioning from stage 4 lung cancer. So all these different things was happening. I'm getting into it with my family because they're grieving. I end up getting kicked out of my grandmother's house. Yes, my family kicked me and my children out. So I went to stay with my mother. My mother has a 2-bedroom. So me being there with 3 children, because I don't have just 2, I have 3, was obscene. That's diabolical. So I decided to take my children to Houston. Once COVID hit, I was trying to move to Houston, so I took them for a month. My children's father had a fit. He still talks about this to this day. Mind you, he broke up with me the previous year in 2019. I waited to 2020 to try to move, and that's when he gave me hell. I didn't know it then, but he was planning to set me up. So he played nice with me. He gaslit me to come back to New York with my kids. I came back not for a relationship, to co-parent. He said, I'm going to hold the kids down until you get a job. Now, think about what type of man is telling you to get a job, but he's not planning to work. And he's saying he's going to hold your kids down. So I get a job around October. I was supposed to start October 27th, 2020. And they canceled the day before. So we didn't do the orientation the day I was supposed to start. It's like his demonic energy is so strong. He called me that day. The kids were staying with him Monday through Friday until I got on my feet enough to pay for daycare for both of them. He called me to watch my daughter, who was 1.5 at the time. And I said, I'm not even supposed to be home. But I really can't watch her anyway because there's something going on in my mother's apartment. He got upset and hung up the phone on me. So I called him back quite a few times. He didn't answer. So I go live on my YouTube channel and I'm upset. I'm crying. I'm like, what is going on? He pulls up to my mother's block unannounced. I take about 10 minutes to get out the car. When I get out to try to open the door to get my daughter, he pulls off. So he takes me on a high-speed chase with my daughter. Long story short, we end up running into some police officers around the corner. I flagged him down to stop him. Like, can you tell him to stop and just give me my daughter? He obviously brought her over here. He's acting like a child. He's acting immature. I said, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm going to go get my son, and I'm going to drive with my kids back to Texas because I don't want to deal with this. Remember, we're not in a relationship at this time for him to be acting like this. So now, the cops make him give me my daughter back. And in the interim, I proceed to take my daughter, not gonna say her name, I proceed to take my daughter to the school to pick up her brother, and I was gonna get on the road and leave. This man followed me, stole my wallet out the vehicle, and I'm asking the school for help. Like, can you take him off the blue card? I need help. This man is not well. He pulled off with my daughter in the car while the door was open. It turned into an altercation because he stole my wallet. So I started throwing stuff at him. And then I went around the corner. No, my daughter was with him at this time because we basically fighting over our kids. Long story short, the cops came and arrested both of us. At this point, it's an ACS case because the school is automatically going to report an incident. So one child was in school and one child was outside. Nobody got hurt. But he lied on me. He lied and said I crashed into his vehicle. So that elevated the ACS case. Some of y'all know it as CPS. In New York City, it's called ACS. That was one of the worst days of my life because they removed my children from my care instantly. The crazy part is they was already living with their father because he set me up and coyed me, saying he will watch them while I get a job. Or reality, this was a plan from the beginning. Stay tuned for part 2.